I found the answer that robs us out of our happiness, joy, and that's why many of us have depression, anxiety, and so on. Guys, this is Mike with My Real Estate Dojo with Mr. No Fluff. And let me tell you a story of myself getting out of college, having no money, living out of my car instead of getting a job and working as a cubicle like all my friends did. And the reason I sacrifice is to have $1 million business. As a refugee, to me, that's all I could think about. I thought $1 million was the peak of life. I thought having $1 million would be the purpose of my life, coming to America or just anything of my life. And by being trained that, I have to go to school if I want to have success. After school, I have to go to college if I want to have success. And what success was material things, outside, external material things, like nice home, nice clothes, nice cars, fat banking account, etc. So after college, I pursued what was taught to me, what my parents drilled into me to have success, a better life than they had. And after grueling 14, 15 years of working 7 days a week, challenging myself, climbing many different mountains, I was able to have a multi-million-dollar businesses, from rental houses to real estate brokerage firm to a transportation company where I own a moving company for 14, 15 years. That success led me to buy things that make me exclusive versus my fellow men, like my friends that I grew up with that went and got jobs and they got cubicles. Maybe at this time they were making 50, 75. Now I was paying one of my employees $75,000 to be a manager. With that success came money, and with that money I bought things like $100,000 car, my dream car, Mercedes-Benz SL 550. And that's all I cared about when I was growing up, to get $100,000 car of my Mercedes, black on black. And I thought, when I buy this car, I'm going to have success. I'm going to feel a certain way. And sure and behold, I did feel a certain way, guys, for a certain period of time. However, what I discovered, and that's what I'm going to share with you, so pay attention and tune in, is that I had caught a disease and I didn't even know it. Okay. Let me explain what this disease was, which caused me to have darkness in my life. And the disease went something like this. I worked really hard. I didn't go to parties and have fun like other people did. I didn't enjoy my life. I work every day because I was pursuing a purpose to have $1 million business, which I did hit. And when I hit it, I was able to buy exclusive things that most people didn't have. If it was a $20,000 motorcycle, or if it was ATVs, or if it was a $100,000 car, or having 3 businesses versus just 1 business, or being really buff and fit, whatever it was, I was able to have these things that were exclusive. Let's talk about my Mercedes, my SL 550. When I bought that, I would go around, and everywhere I went, no one had a car like that. A very small percentage of people in America have cars like that. And when I drove around, once in a while, I did see someone with the same exact car as me, a different color, and they happened to be in their 50s and their 60s, and I was 20, 25 years younger than them. So it made me feel pretty good that I'm this age and they're so much older and they're having the same exact car, and I've already done so much more than someone else has. The other thing was when I drive it around and everyone had a normal car, a great looking car, a Chevy or a pickup or a Nissan or whatever, I thought in myself that I'm exclusive. I'm better than they are in one way or another because I can be more creative. I can use more of my imagination. I can work harder than them. I could organize my thoughts better. Whatever the story is, it made me be at a higher elevation, made me feel superior. But the disease that I didn't realize that I had is this disease, that by me buying these exclusive things, it separated me from everyone else because it made me feel good that I'm at a higher level than other people. It made me feel good that I have more and some people have less. Listen to what I'm just saying, and many of us in America have this, or all over the world now have this idea, okay? That if I have more, if I have $100,000 car, if I have a refrigerator full of food and someone else is starving, that somehow I'm better than them. That somehow that ego, that type of thinking of superiority versus them below me was sickening. And that's why I was in darkness. That's why I was sad. I didn't even realize that I had this disease. So I couldn't take it anymore. Okay, I couldn't really take it anymore. I didn't even realize that. So I let go of everything and emptied myself and gone on a journey. Is when I realized this, that I have a disease, that I want to have something that no one else has. If whatever it is, maybe you're the same way. If you really think about it, you want to do more deals than anyone else has done, or you want to have a certain type of home that anyone else has done, or you want to have your kids go to a private school versus anyone else. So in my own sense, I wanted to have things that no one else did, which therefore made me feel like I was better than someone else because I was able to accumulate or collect more stuff than someone else, or my stuff was bigger than someone else, or my stuff cost more than someone else, or my stuff was more exclusive, like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini or SL550 or whatever. Okay. And then the sickening part was that I was feeling happy that someone else had less. I felt good that someone else had less. I feel good that I have a house and other people are sleeping underneath the bridge. I didn't feel good about that, but when I looked at my house compared to someone else's house that was a lot smaller, I felt good. I felt like I deserved this because I worked harder for this. It wasn't at the extreme that I'm painting for you from me having a house and someone living homeless and say, oh, I have to do better. But you could correlate better when you see someone else and you compare yourself to them and you say, I'm doing better. I have a better job. I have more Coke in the Coke machine or in my refrigerator. I got more food, or I got a better car, or I got a townhouse, or I got a motorcycle, I got jet skis, I got this, they don't have this, okay? And I didn't realize that was a disease. The other thing is that kind of mindset that I had, that I was programmed and I believed it, had created a lot of isolation. I felt that, since I have a $100,000 car, and average people have a $20,000 car, $30,000 car, that I can't, relate to these people, okay? Or if I have two houses and they only live in an apartment, I'm at a different level. If I have a certain kind of degree and they don't have a degree, I feel, separation. And so that idea of me being at a different level and then not feeling guilty for these type of individuals that have less than me, on top of me feeling isolation, because every time you go on top of the ladder, there's less and less people. So there's more and more isolation from me and my workers, or me and my co-workers or VAs. When I was running these businesses, I had some great employees. I never, brought myself to the level, as I would say back in the days, to the level of being able to mingle with them because I thought I was better than them. And, now I realize that these people were a lot better than me because they spent time with their family. Some of them were very kind to me, and I was very kind to them, but I was always a boss versus a human being. Okay. So I realized that I had a disease, and my disease not only caused separation from me, my family, my brother, my cousins, my friends that I grew up with, because I was at different level in life, you want to call level, and different things and doing more important tasks, whatever those may be, versus them. And it was creating a lot of separation. Plus, it was creating separation with my neighbors, with my workers, and by the other disease of feeling good because I have separation of tangible items that are externally and they're exclusively where other people don't, the masses don't. I was pretty depressed. I was very down. So it was very hard because I had worked my butt off and did all the right things to have this material success, and the material success was not even making me happy, because I realized that outside things can't make you happy or can't have joy or bliss. Those are deeper levels. It can bring happiness for a short period of time, but it's not like joy where it comes from internally for a long period of time, or bliss. And I'm not saying that I'm against material things. I'm saying that I had a disease, right? And I think many of us in America and other countries do have a disease. That's why we ruin our planet, and we want the newest iPhone or iGadget or something, and we forget how important the I is in this stuff, right? That I can create an iPhone, I can create a car, I can do all this stuff, and you can too, and we're the power. And that we need other people and the planet and the birds and etc. to help us create all these I's, because we couldn't create a house without the I tree, right? Without the I team. You need a team people to bring you the lumber and etc. Transportation and factories and distribution, all that stuff. Construction workers to work it. So by working my 15, 20 years of my life after college, and another God knows how long from high school to junior high to college, for shadow, not deep goal. And the hard part of a goal is when you hit it and it's not what you think it's going to be. That's pretty hard. And so the disease that I had was a disease that I think many Americans and people with central banking systems have. That, the more we have things of nicer things, or we're willing to work extremely hard to have things that makes us exclusive. Like, I got a bigger house, bigger boat, bigger car, I got a townhome, I got a country, whatever. Those things then cause separation with our neighbors, our friends, people around us. We feel like we're somehow better than them because we have a certain degree of a certain car or certain whatever, which then causes so much negativity and darkness, and which why so many people that we look up to that have multi-millions or whatever, they're not happy, because the disease does not discriminate between rich or poor. Now, there's nothing wrong with the material riches, but I think from my experience, the journey that I've gone through, you can have all the material things you want, but if you're not happy inside, scratch that. If you don't have bliss inside, if you don't have joy inside, then you could have the kingdom of the materials in front of you. You can have the ultimate sex ultimate man or woman you want, or ultimate all the gold or all the bitcoins, all the cool cars. If you don't have someone to share it with, then it's pretty empty. One of the things that makes us feel like we're better than someone is because there's other people to share our success with. Like, hey, I got a Ferrari, no one else does. But if everyone around us had a Ferrari, then the Ferrari wouldn't feel the same. Or if you had all the Ferraris in the world and there was no other mankind to show it off, or a woman, then what is that? Well, who cares what kind of car it is? And those are something to think, that make me think, and I want to bring it to your attention, that maybe you think about that. Many of the people outside or gurus are just enslaved to their mind, to their egos, and to the stinky bankers. And there's nothing wrong with having material things, but I think the very first thing that's lacking is to have the inner things, the I fixed. With the I internally, then you can have all the material things outside and it's not going to get to you. Does that make sense? As this guru that I've been listening to, and I believe he's changed my life so far significantly, what he says is that, I think I'll leave that for another time for you guys. But the disease that I want to make sure we understand right now is that the want to have more and more exclusive stuff, or better stuff, or more items, or more stuff. And once you hit that goal, don't be surprised if they're still earning urine. You want more. You want more. And it might not be everything you want. Like, for example, if you want to just have orgies and have multiple sex partners, whatever, and you have all that, don't be, don't be upset if later on you still want more and you feel empty, that's not what your life's about, or whatever. Or if you want to have Ferraris and mansions, and when you hit it and you're not happy, or you don't feel a certain way, or you're dark, you feel like there's more to life, well, don't think because you hit those material things it's gonna make it all go away, because there's more to life than just material things. And I guess what this guru has taught me is that unity, that I am you and you are me, and we are the trees, that the trees out there have our lungs out there, because what we exhale, they inhale, and what they exhale, we inhale. And, that the nature, it is us. Today we're alive, but we're racing to our graves, which are going to be, again, mud and stones and dirt. We came from that, we're going through that, and there's more to life than making money. And there's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with being your dreams. But if you do it and sell your soul, right? That when you get to the mountain, which you will, please be advised that you may not be happy. There's a good probability you may not be happy, and it's not what you wanted. And now you wasted a lot of your time, like me, going up this mountain, carrying all these bags in your backpack, all these items that you realize you don't need all that. You just need just a couple of things, and out of those couple of things you can live a good life, because to be alive, it is a good life. To wake up next to people you love, it is a good life. That when you eat something, you eat a banana, it's willing to be part of you. That's a good life, man. Right? And to give more than you receive, that is a good life. To choose what you want to be, that is a good life, right? And the disease will not allow you to have a good life, because no matter what you have, you want to get more, and you want to get more, and you want to get more. And the more you get, the more isolation, the more isolation comes, because that's why you have these things and other people don't, right? Remember what I said, guys. If you're watching this on iTunes podcast, please leave me a review. If you're on YouTube, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. Click the like button and click the share. And if you're on Facebook, do the same, guys. Hustle and bustle, don't take no for an answer. Much love.